Hey, what
Hey,
is up?
we're here.
We're here, and you're a cat. I
I am
see.
a yeah. Sometimes I am a cat. You know now.
So I got to ask about the ears. Do they move?
They don't, but they make me feel really good. Like it was between acid green and hot pink, and I went with
Have
hot pink.
Have you seen the ones that move?
hmm I have. Those creep me out too much, though. I get
I
afraid.
worked I worked at a restaurant, and we had this one girl, and I didn't know that was a thing, and I didn't know that it happened, right? And so this girl, she's one of my workers, and she was in on her day off. She was eating, and I kept noticing, like, as her mood was changing, these cat ears like going down and going up and like going sideways, and I'm like, what the like, I didn't know, like, I still don't know how it works. She said that it could read like her emotions. It was on her
What?
temples, and it
That's
judged,
it.
like,
I'm putting up my Amazon wish list, guys. You can buy those for me. Meet
it
me
was
online.
insane. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. um and then I never saw him again, and I was kind of hoping that I was going to see moving ears when
Man, we're
I
bringing
saw
them
you.
back. Mine don't even light up,
Oh.
so I'm behind the times. Way behind.
So, all right, we're here to talk about some spooky, fun stuff, right?
Yeah,
Right?
it's been a while since we did something really spooky
Yeah,
and fun. So, well, no, we've done a lot of fun.
yeah. We've done a lot of fun.
We
We a few weeks ago we had a lot of fun,
Yeah,
right?
oh yeah. Oh, Hellivision was ended up being the most fun ever, but in the background, boy, I was cooking up this.
Yeah, you were, and it was really cool to see where it came. And before we get into it, though, I
hmm
want to ask you just some basic haunted house stuff
Sure.
since we're on the topic.
hmm
What is your favorite haunted house, like around Halloween time? It could be a boo haunt, it could be, a full contact haunt. What's your favorite one ever?
My favorite one ever was it's got to be the haunt in Grand Rapids, Michigan, mainly because it was the first like large scale haunt I ever saw growing up because everything was JC's, and then the first like commercial haunt where they were installing it in a mall or something like that. And I went every year through high school and then through taking my own child to it, like as I was an adult. So like for me, it'll always be inside of like the mall, the Rogers Plaza in Wyoming, Michigan. And that place is really
Okay,
special. It's my favorite.
very nice. Now, all right, next one. Favorite haunted house movie?
Favorite haunted house movie? Um, Suspiria, as long as it
Oh,
counts. I think Suspiria is really, really close. But anything by Richard Castle, like any of like those, like House on Haunted Hill, the originals, have been the stuff I've been gravitating towards a lot lately because I've been watching a lot of haunted house movies for a while. But yeah, I think Suspiria is probably the one. The Shining is a close second because I mean
so
it is the quintessential.
that's very true. Now, so you're old school though, right? Like when you say Superior or Suspiria, whatever it's called, you're old school, right? Or do you like the
Oh,
new one?
the new one's good too, but the original, nothing's gonna beat the original. But the new one, in terms of remakes, I didn't hate it, and I think that like that was enough for me to be like, that's okay. Like the soundtrack kicks ass, so it's just like either way, you're kind of winning there with that movie, and they were just as gross as I wanted them to be.
Very nice. My buddy represents the lead actress from the original movie,
Oh no way!
and
Oh man,
yeah, he goes to conventions with her, and that it's really cool. Um, okay, next final question:
sure.
favorite haunted house story or book?
Oh wow, it's probably there's this really fucked up book. Pardon my language. It's a splatterpunk book called 65 Iron Stirrup Road, and it was written after another author in the splatterpunk genre passed away. It was to help cover expenses, and so a bunch of these really twisted writers came together, like Jack Ketchum and Rath James White, and wrote basically a haunted condo story that is the most revolting thing I've ever read in my life. But that one sticks with me because someone gave it to me for Christmas, and I still I'm like, ugh, every time I think about it. But it's still my favorite because it really bothered me. Sam, if you're out there, this one's for you. Yeah, 65 Iron Stirrup Road. Check it out.
All right, so let's dive right in now.
Mm-hmm.
So, a haunted house. This is the newest Blackheart Collective story, correct?
Yeah, we retired the circle back in April in the garden, and we've been working on a lot of different projects in between there. And we've done offshoots of things, and Unstable Nightmare people have done things. Twin Knives have done things. We've done stuff with you, but it was always going. What is really the next thing going to be? And specifically over the course of working on Hellivision, when everything was very light and we were working on it, I realized I wanted to kind of go back to the roots of what we do, and that's provide a really, really immersive experience, something that's extremely, extremely dark. But I knew I wanted a new IP, basically. There had to be new intellectual property. And it started with a very simple premise, and that simply is a haunted house. A few months ago, I got some friends together on Discord, and we started a role-playing session that in many ways became what is a haunted house now, and it is a reactive environment. This is an immersive role-playing experience. So role-playing is a big part of it. Actions, being able to traverse a location and move through the haunted house over the course of several days. And so, we wanted to do something that was truly scary and something that was terrifying and put you in a place where literally anything can happen.
So you used a keyword, and I was lucky enough to be able to beta test this. And the keyword that you used was role playing.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's out there. That's not something new, right? But I think how you have now incorporated it into the immersive side of things, like, it felt new. It didn't feel like regular role playing to me. It felt like a new concept.
Well, the thing I've got to say immediately is this was my reaction to a segment of a very specific immersive show. Oh, I love you too, Tim. There were things that happened in advanced treatment that made my brain really, really, really tick and tick and tick. And I don't want to give anything away about that show because I know there's a remount, but this was like that extrapolation of it. There's something really special about, we always, when we look for immersive theater, is can we change what's going to happen? And in this, you 100% can. A single participant's choice can swing things extremely wildly for everyone involved. But we literally, on November 19th, we'll invite 12 to 14 people into a haunted house to stay for the weekend to see exactly what happens inside of that house. I do want to say, you've seen our disclaimers before. We are a 21 plus show. And so those heavy themes, and I think there's probably some expectation of what Blackheart does. And in terms of how dark will go, that trademark darkness is there, but stretched over a whole new canvas and a world for you to explore and live in with us.
So you said, if you've done past shows with you, all those past shows were circle related. Is this circle related?
In no way. No, it's actually, it's really liberating after we supported the circle for over a year. And it's actually been really liberating to move into a new world and new lore, to just build something new that has no strings attached to it or baggage or, either way or preconceived notions. That's probably been my favorite part through this whole thing. And then as we formed the Blackhearts who work around this show, especially starting to hear the things that go back and forth between staff, it's been it's been wild. It's been really, really wild. And after last night we finished the beta test. We did a 3-hour beta test, and we think things went really successfully. And now we're moving forward towards those dates. I'm just really excited to show people something new, something they haven't seen from us before.
So, with it not being circle related to the other Blackheart shows, this is a perfect opportunity to someone that is a new audience member coming into the community, or perhaps maybe you've been in the community, but you've never taken that leap to go to a Blackheart show.
Yeah.
This is a great foot in, because you don't need to know the lore or anything from before.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's a fresh
Absolutely.
beginning.
Yeah. It's a brand new chance to stake your way into the haunted house. I imagine we'll see the haunted house again after this run, just because I can think of lots of ways to decorate a haunted house. And so I think return visits to the house are probably something that will occur for people who are looking for that experience. But yeah, this is a chance to come in and do something that's just brand new with us, without having to worry about 4 shows deep what happened to Price Radley Smith when he was a baby, like, and so that should be, that's liberating for me.
So I want to say this as somebody who's never role played before. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. I know story. I know how to, be creative and do, like, go with the flow and suspend disbelief and whatnot. But I had never actually played with a group, and I was nervous about how to do actions, how to conversate, where to go, and whatnot. And I will tell the audience that's watching, as somebody that never did it, I think it took me about 5 seconds to get over that learning curve. Within the first few minutes, I was comfortable with how the rules were laid out, the stuff that you had to do, how you had to get from A to B, everything with it. It felt natural. It flowed really good, and I did know everybody that was going through it, but I could see going through with a group of strangers being very comfortable with these people as well, and being able to maybe not be myself when you're doing something like this. I mean, really, you could be whoever you want, correct?
Oh, absolutely. This is going to be a chance for people to really play characters, and come into a story. I like to think of haunted house has a lot in common with a highly interactive choose your own adventure. And that's kind of one of the big vibes I think that we were looking for when we started on this process, was just getting to see. It's always great to see how the audience reacts, and so when it's a haunted house reacting to the actions of people, it can get pretty wild. And I think this is a perfect one for people who want to go through it with their friends. I think it'd be a really fun way to meet people, especially. But I do think, I think that if people wanted to come in a group to try to survive the haunted house, I think that'd be really fun. We've been seeing more and more people coming in, and I'm hoping, we can draw in people who might just like role playing, you know what I mean, to do immersive horror. But I do know that at the same time, I'm going to say it for sure. So guys, we're a haunted house. Know that it's a role-playing experience. I just in case that's a deal breaker for you. But we can't wait to get to play more with it. And I'm gonna talk about the staff of this show real quick too, because I think it's definitely worthwhile. So Chris got to experience the haunted house last night for the first time. After me doing some really super closed beta tests where I told him very little about what I was doing, I said, "Hey man, I'm doing some really crazy shit right now." And so when it came time to go, okay, hey, we're gonna set this into production, and especially after coming off of Hellivision, I called Chris and I said, "Chris, you've got to do the media for this show. I need to pull you in." So I'm super lucky to have Chris on multimedia for it, and then we've recorded an entire soundtrack for this show that's all original music by Eli and Major Phillips. I've got my constant collaborator doing a character writing and acting, Melody Phillips. I've got one of my favorite people, the super cool and very charming Allison Darcy, doing character writing, acting, and doing some logistics as well. And then the fantastic Caitlin Rose doing all the original artwork. As somebody who has been involved with 8-Bit Witch and things like that, where we're like, ha ha ha, piracy, it feels really dope to be having something with all original art and music. I'm so stoked with the team of people that are working on this project.
Yeah, it's definitely an awesome team. I've seen some of the drawings. I've seen the acting in full swing, and I've heard some of the music, and I think you got a stellar piece about to come out here. For
Yeah,
sure.
this is definitely, this is the one that's for the horror junkies. This is for the people who want to feel like they're in a horror movie, who are ready for absolutely terrible things to happen to them. Chris, I know you can attest to that. Really awful things will happen to you in the
Yeah.
haunted house. We go real dark sometimes. And this time when we go dark, we're going to do it for 3 days. It'll be three full days running the 19th through the 21st, with, for the role players out there, with a session 0 the night before that will begin. That will kind of kick things off into the haunted house, and then we'll bring people into the house.
Okay,
that next day early in the morning.
So session 0. Okay,
Mhm.
so can we talk briefly about that? What is session 0?
Session 0 will be a way for with a haunted house. One of the things we've prepared is a set of rules of how to play. Basically, if this were a game, how to play the game. And session 0 is going to be a place for people to break themselves in, get themselves used to the role-playing style, and then begins the setup for the journey to the haunted house. Thank you. That's Sam. That's Sam Barrett from PD Extreme. Yeah. So where was I at, Chris? Ask me more questions.
We were just talking about session 0. I was happy to hear kind of pre-show.
Yeah, you know me. I hate the word pre-show, guys, but it's a necessary evil to get everybody set up and ready for the haunted
It works.
house.
It works because then when it's time for the game or the show to start, it's just game on. And I myself was not a fan. I used to not be a fan of pre-shows, and I think after Hellivision, I was really sold on the pre-show concept.
Sure.
I think it helps a lot. All right, so you said, is this open to everybody? Is this just open to anybody that can afford a ticket, or what's the deal?
So, as with every Blackheart show, it is by invitation only. The way to be accepted and to gather an invitation would be to watch our Instagram. When tickets become available, I will post there. It'll have specific instructions on what to do and how to contact us. It may not be the circle, but I will always stand by, pay fucking attention. Read those instructions. Contact us as they say. We'll get back to you. Depending on how many people apply for a Blackheart show, or if we need to do interviews with people who have not worked with us before, those things will happen as needed. But otherwise, it's a matter of this Friday at some point, I will post on the Blackheart Instagram, and requests for tickets will begin for an audience of 12 to 14 people. Tickets for this experience are $75, and I'm super stoked to do something really, really dark. Not that I haven't loved laughing with you, Chris, through Hellivision and many other shows that I've done, and being the 8-Bit Witch, but I'm just so ready to scare the shit out of people again.
I hear you. So, if you haven't already, follow this Instagram. This is how you're going to get all the information. Also, follow Great American Horror Road Trip Facebook group, because, that's where we post. We post it like crazy. So, between one of those two areas, I would say definitely the Instagram is probably going to be the quicker spot to get through to Josh. And so make sure you are following that link. All right. So yeah, spooky. What are the plans for Halloween for you?
We do have a surprise. For the people who are looking for something that is related to the circle, this is probably it.
Really?
You want to show them the video, Chris?
I want to, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I can on StreamYard on a Mac.
Well, I'll post it in your group.
Okay. Post in my group. That'll give you a reason to go and look. I know I can show the video, but I know there won't be audio, and I don't want to do it in injustice because I saw it, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Cassidy Kelly, who's one of the art directors of the Blackheart Collective, has written something very special for Halloween this year.
So while we're having small talk and just going to kind of go on about some spooky stuff and that coming out, if anybody has any questions, I'm not saying Josh is going to answer them.
Yeah, but I'll pretend to.
But if you have questions, definitely put them in the chat, and we'll pop them on there, and we will see what Josh tiptoes around.
Less these days, a lot less.
Yeah, I've noticed. I'm proud of you.
It's easier. It's so much easier this way. Seriously, guys, we're gonna cover you in dead babies. Like, if that's not your thing, don't come. Don't come. I mean, we all know this. These are like the true things about what we do. Like,
yeah.
Here you go. So I'm posting that video in your group right now.
Fantastic. So yeah, if you're not there, go there. All right, let's just talk about stuff. Just what's going on? What's going on? How? I mean, I know you got another thing that you just posted in the group for Halloween, but just your Halloween in general.
Gosh, that's a good question. I'll probably sit around doing witchcraft. That sounds like me. No, it's been horror movies since the beginning, and I won't stop. I live in a really secluded area, but I did find a corn maze. Guys, we did it. I might go to Portland too. I don't know. Nikki, what do we do in Portland? Because that's the one thing that is really missing from the area I live in is the spookiness. I live in a spooky place. It's spooky on its own.
So they don't emphasize it around.
Yeah. Are you guys going to make any more trips out, or there's no way you're done?
I think I'm done for the year. I really do. I just got a lot going on at the beginning half of next year, and I want to be prepared for it. We actually have a question.
All right.
Oh, that is not the question. Well, that is a question.
Clorox smells. Well, no, Great Value brand in the road.
That wasn't the one I was going to put on, but I love it.
I like that question. It's one of my favorites.
This is the one.
Oh, all right. So I love the gumshoe system a ton, and so games like Trail of Cthulhu and Fear Itself were big inspirations for this. Because it was probably the first place I ever saw a free-form storytelling version of collaborative horror outside of Vampire the Masquerade or a World of Darkness stuff. I'm a huge nerd, guys. I'm a huge nerd. I've got so many dice.
Now, do they need dice to play this?
They don't need dice at all. They don't need they get 3 pages of instructions. And no dice needed. I will be their dice. I'm the house. This is my favorite character I've ever played. I'm literally a house. I need to do this, Nikki. I need to leave the coast more often.
So, speaking of like future project, I mean, at least I know this season I'm getting in to do the PDX remote. So I'm excited. Man. I got that, I think, in a couple of days.
I did it Saturday.
Awesome.
And I loved it. I loved it. I can't say anything about it other than I really, really enjoyed it. And Sam and Nikki are just charming actors. There. That's what I think those things I'm allowed to say. I'm a fucked up person though, so I loved it.
I can't wait. So I got that to look forward to. Do you know Eloise? Because you're from Michigan. Do you remember Eloise? Michigan.
I don't know Eloise.
Oh my god! So it's this insane asylum. It's an extremely popular one. Supposed to be incredibly haunted. It was around when tuberculosis was big, and they had tuberculosis camps outside. So the people that had mental issues were trapped inside, and surrounding the building were tuberculosis Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Was patients all around the building, and I'm talking thousands died outside.
Oh wow.
There's photos of people like starving to death. It looked like it was just like what any like insane asylum horror movie is inspired by is what happened at this place.
Oh, let's go there.
And it's supposed to be so incredibly haunted. Well, the people that run the Penhurst Asylum haunt took it
Oh
over,
yeah.
and they turned it into a haunted house. And Alice Cooper was there the other day, and they actually named the street after Alice Cooper.
Really?
Yeah, and he did the ribbon cutting, and so that was all really cool. But I'm hoping to make it to that because I hear it's like insane.
Man.
Years ago, allegedly, there was tunnels that would connect under the city and go there, and allegedly we would crawl through these tunnels and get into the place, and it was creepy then because there was like bums living down there and whatnot.
Oh no, I know out of that really fast.
We never got into the actual basement of the place where like the morgue is and all that, and I guess that's where the haunted house takes place. And there's like the operating tables and all that. I'm so excited. So that's one of my big Halloween plans this year.
Oh,
and then, you know, helping you with doing the media stuff. So that's going to be fun. And then me and you got another project.
Oh yeah, we're working on a whole other thing.
When are we not working on stuff?
I haven't stopped yet. Like I'm trying to work on the next thing already.
I took 2 days off this week, and I didn't know what to do with my time. I beat like a video game. I watched an entire series on Netflix almost. It's amazing when you just kind of unplug for a minute and just chill. But so we're working on a new remote that I think is going to be pretty haunting.
I think so too, and it falls into one of my specialties.
Yeah, it does.
And so I'm super excited to.
So we could say the name. Everybody knows what.
Everybody knows.
I'm no secret. I mean, I got the emblem up on my logo.
Yeah, I mean,
but
cult. Might be a cult. Might be a cult.
So that's coming very, very soon. I think sooner than any of us expected.
Oh yeah, probably.
And I don't know. We're testing out some stuff that I'm really excited for. Because
what's that?
I said we're testing out some stuff that I'm really excited about.
Oh yeah,
I don't think it's been done.
I don't think so either.
I don't think it is, and I hope that it scares people. I want somebody to quit because they're too scared.
Yeah,
and I think we may be able to do it with this one.
Absolutely,
possibly.
Oh man, I would say I haven't seen safe word use in a while. It's been a while.
No.
So that means it's time to ramp it up.
Yeah, we need somebody to use a safe word, and I mean, I don't want to make that person feel bad, but we need to show their picture and their story for everybody to see, to know that people use the safe word.
they people definitely. Yeah, it's been a while for. This is all so vague. I love it. Allison, you're the best.
So, speaking of Allison, we were all kind of chit-chatting earlier today, and you know, I've been having fun doing these lives as of lately, and I think it's because my lazy ass doesn't have to sit and edit like I thought was going to be a good idea.
Yeah,
and that was just so time. Like it was fun in the moment to do those, but then it was like, oh shit,
it was a lot of work.
Now I got to do stuff with it after, and so we were all talking, and I would like to get like just a bullshit show going with the three of us, me, you, and Allison.
Oh
right?
Yeah,
and we just talk about whatever, you know. We could talk about horror movies, we could talk about experiences, immersive theater, whatever we want. Just bullshit. And then if people want to come up, they come up, they hang out. See,
This is why
We're going
Chris
to
has
hang
to
out.
watch Midnight Mass so we can talk about it.
I'll watch Midnight Mass. You guys gotta watch Squid Games.
It's on my list. I'm gonna have to watch that next. I'll swap you for it.
I was very hesitant because everybody's like, "Oh, you gotta see this," and I was like, I don't want to jump on the bandwagon of what everybody else does because, why? And I absolutely loved it. Like I may watch it again.
You know what I'm gonna say is the Halloween champion. The best Halloween thing I've seen this year, though, is Muppets Haunted Mansion.
I watched that today.
That was the most fun I've had with a Halloween anything in a really long time. Not that it's scary, but fucking it was great. Aristocrat Nights.
Hey, could that be a thing?
It could be a thing.
Could that be a thing? Like,
would people come to Aristocrat Nights?
Like for like $5. Come to Aristocrat Nights. Or just paying tip.
Yeah. I think Chuck still works there.
Doyle's chilling.
Yeah.
This may be a thing. This may have to happen.
Oh yeah. A VIP room forever. Yeah. I do miss the VIP room.
I think there's still people that try to get into the VIP room.
I think there's still people.
So people, hey.
The nights.
Oh, that's an inside joke. Chuck still has my soul.
Oh yeah, you're not getting it back, baby. Also, Cassidy wrecked it on our brand new logo. If you guys haven't seen the Incredible Heart logo that's been done,
Yeah, logo is pretty badass, that's for sure.
Yeah,
so
here's some weird Michigan haunted bullshit. I guess
okay.
This is a vaguely relevant. I may have told you this before, Chris. I don't know, but so a haunted house was actually inspired by the true events of a haunted place in Michigan, in Bath, Michigan.
Okay, yeah.
The location of the Bath Schoolhouse massacre.
Right.
It was a huge inspiration for a haunted house.
Okay. That's definitely a very interesting story for anybody that wants to check that out. A little Michigan lore. All right. Well, hey, what else? You got anything else before we
do I have anything else to plug? I don't have anything else to plug. Everyone should try to do the haunted house. What else is happening? Oh man, are we at? No, that's impossible. Well, hell yeah, there you go, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all that's going on right now, eh?
Oh yeah, definitely don't fall asleep in the VIP lounge.
Oh no, who said that?
Cassidy.
Cassidy.
Here we go. Chris, Television remount when?
I don't. That's like we have to get
after
everybody. Oh yeah, we gotta do after Christmas, and we have to get everybody on board.
Yeah.
Do you think we would get enough people that would want to come back and do a remount?
I think so. I would love to do it again. I would love to.
I mean, we got everything to do it.
That's true. It's just 3 days. Fuck yeah.
So,
oh, here we go. House of Glass is coming soon from Shadow House. Television Christmas special? Oh.
Yes, House of Glass is coming. Is there a date? I don't know if there's publicly a date. So
I don't think there is, but it's coming, and I know because I've been seeing marketing for it. Cassie, most likely Christmas Carol in a Haunted House, though.
Oh. That can be done. That could be done.
Oh, yes. I love it. That's one of those things I've talked to Mel's about. Chris hasn't heard this yet.
That can definitely be done. And I think that would be cool. Television Christmas special definitely won't be happening unless it's a half an hour Christmas special.
Maybe.
We'll just make it snow in hell.
Everyone's got Santa hats.
Yeah, that's all we do is just put Santa hats. It's the same show. Don't even acknowledge that it's Christmas ever.
Oh my gosh, if you make me draw a Santa Claus puppet, I'm gonna die.
There's definitely some more puppets that I have intended for. I want to do a sequel. I will say that. I want a sequel
Oh yeah.
to definitely happen. But all right, I think that is about all that I have.
Yeah.
Is that all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys so much. Yeah.
Make sure to follow this Instagram.
Mhm.
It's right there at the
Yeah,
bottom.
follow it.
Because that will be your main source of information to get tickets. Not many tickets available.
Mm-mm.
So
our first run will be very, very small.
yes,
the show will be rerun, but nothing's like your first time.
and I'm gonna end it
All
with
right.
that. No.